don't know if you can hear that, but that's blend door actuator. Well, this is one I've been putting off for a while because it is supposed to not be an easy job. This blend door actuator and the charger. I'm going to do the easy side first though, the allegedly easier side. Both sides are bad, drivers and passengers. Driver's been bad for a long time. I hope even putting a new one in there fixes it because it's been clicking for, I don't know, 2 years. But I was just hoping it would break so I didn't have to fix it. But the passenger side started clicking again. I had it fixed once before. I took it to the dealership and it was $300. So I'm not about to do that again because these are $20. Hopefully it's the right part. Rock Auto, you don't always know sometimes. And that's usually my error, not Rock Auto's. Make that clear because I love getting their stuff and it's reasonably priced. So I'll head out there and we'll do the passenger side. Take the glove box out and a bunch of stuff, a bunch of screws, and then wedge your hand up in there and cut it up, trying to get the probably tiny Torx bit bolts out. And I probably won't have the right Torx bit size this time again and be ending up at Walmart for the 25th time this week. But let's get going, see what we're gonna do. And hey, here's some comic books I got at a yard sale the other day. Sabrina, that's pretty cool. Had a couple old magazines in there for one's called Creepy, one called Horror Tales or something. Pretty cool. Anyway, let's go see what we can destroy. So I do have these Harbor Freight trim tools. We'll bring these down. That might make it a little easier to pop some of that stuff off, but I think I need a Phillips screwdriver, and these should be good. We've got to go around to the passenger side and open the door here, and I think you have to pop off this little side thing, do a couple screws. I don't know, I watched a video like you guys are watching a video right now. Hopefully mine's a little more entertaining, but probably won't be. If I can keep this door open. You're gonna take this thing off first. I don't know what all that white stuff is around it. Well, let me pop that off here in a second. I don't know if Pablo Escobar has been in here or what. I don't know what all this white stuff is. Wipes off, but this just kind of pops out. It gets kind of scary. You think you're going to break it, but just give her a good yank and it comes out. We got 2 screws here. We're going to have to take those out. We'll get maybe I get you set up on a tripod. Maybe we can kind of do this as I'm going and not have to stop every 2 seconds. So let me do that here real quick. Okay, so got you set up there. It's like no seconds for you, but a couple seconds for me. As I was saying, take these 2 screws out here. Take these 2 screws out here. Apparently not going to be easy. Find me a bigger screwdriver and getting all professional. I got this metallic thing there. Oh well, that one was super loose. Oh, open up your glove box here. You're gonna slide in there. Well, let's take that off because I can't see what I'm doing in here. A quick release. Then we got a bunch of screws in here. Make sure my camera doesn't turn sideways. Couple up on the top. I think there's 6 or 7. I don't know. I don't remember. Pop you back on the tripod there. I'll get those out. want to make sure you don't empty out your glove box before you do this, so you have a bunch of stuff that flies everywhere when you drop this thing. Now, this is a little problem. Got one of these on each side. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get to that. Maybe I'll go find the bolt that'll fit in that, or socket that'll fit on that. Use a ratchet. Alright, found a socket that'll fit in there, more or less-ish. Sure, I'm on loose in here. I have a problem with that sometimes. 7mm. Those are not at all tight, so the dealership obviously didn't tighten them up very well. I think we're supposed to be 6. I got 5 in the pan here, so I have to take a look around. Oh, I found the last one. Gee. American Satan was in theaters October 13th. Don't really recall that one, but I got a sticker of it. Alright, now I got all the screws out, I think. And you're supposed to just kind of be able to yank out and down. And, well, there's stuff hooked to it, but thinking maybe we can just pull it out of the way a little bit. Oh, well, whatever that was came unplugged for me. Probably not important anyway. We'll try to plug it back in. Hopefully we didn't break it. And you got a light down here, the dome light. So I'll bring you back up in here. And let's see if I can see. You see that piece right up in there? Not focusing very well. This little beauty here is one of the blend door actuators over here. Hopefully it's the one that's clicking. We'll know soon. If it's not, after I change it, then I'll order another one. And there's supposed to be 2 on this side somewhere, but I don't see another one, so probably way up in there somewhere. Let me try to get in there and with the Torx and get that out and see if what I bought fits in there. Well, I don't know, guys. I'm looking around. I don't know what I did with the ratchet. I've been digging around for like 5 minutes. Where could it have been? Should I review the video and see where it went? I don't know. Well, I got one of them out. 2 more to go. Here, got the sharpest edge in the world. Where is the focus in on that? I don't know. Sharp edge, so you can't just like spin it out with your fingers. You got to use the thing that doesn't fit in there and twirl it till it falls out. So that's fun. And there's one up on the top side that you can't even see. So that's going to be the best one, and I'll probably end up screaming. So maybe I'll roll video for that. I don't know. You probably don't want to hear that. Okay, well, I got it out. The clip in there has got the little red tab. You have to push up with a screwdriver, and then push on the little clip, and it'll pull right out. here's what we got here. This is the original. It you can get the angle here. This is really loose, so it's probably bad. Not very focused there, but this is really loose, so it's probably bad. The new one is really tight. It doesn't move like that. As long as scratch up the trunk there, good deal. So as long as the holes are lining up here, I think this one will fit in there. It's just, it's a little bit different shape, but from what I've seen online, that's not a big deal as long as it screws in there and you can get the plug in there. So I'll do a reverse, get that in there, and maybe we'll do the other side, but it is hot out here. I think I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. All right, let me see if I can show you that plug here. Kind of hard to show when it's on there, but got that red tab up there at the top. You have to push that up with a flathead screwdriver. Naturally, you'll pick up 25 Phillips screwdrivers before you find your flathead, but once you find it, you can just stick it in there and pop that up. Push on the clip and it'll pop right out. So I'll get the new one in there and try to wrestle it in there. That top screw is going to be a dandy to get to, getting it back in there, but we'll get it. I'll let you know how many hours it takes. I was sure hoping of getting out of a trip to Walmart on this one, but I dropped the T25 somewhere. Luckily, I think it went into the blower motor, so that'll be fun. When that turns on and that T25 shatters everything. So off to Walmart for a torque set, because I don't have any other. Maybe I'll buy a 1/4-inch ratchet while I'm out there. Okay guys, just a couple weird things here. I took 3 screws out. I only had to put 2 screws back in because the pattern was a little bit different, and there's a little knob thing that one of the screw holes sets in under there, and so you just put 2 screws back in. Must just be the way it's designed. Second thing, I took these screws out with a T25, I swear. But the T25, when I went and bought a new set, it doesn't fit, and T20 fits in there. So not sure what that's about, but it's either a T20 or a T25, depending on what cheap Walmart set you have, I suppose. So I got that back in there. Yeah. And well, I gotta stop and flip you around. All right, we flipped around. We got that back up in there. And the other side started clicking like it does all the time. So we'll see if we can get this all back together, and I'll see if I can get to the other side. It's cooled down a little bit. Maybe I'll tackle it, but it's getting darker kind of earlier now, so I don't know. We'll see how long this takes to get it back together. Then I'm gonna start it up and see if that hex little thing is in my, I think that's the blower motor there. I'm gonna turn that on and see if there's a bunch of grinding to know if that went in there for sure. Otherwise, it's up in here somewhere. Maybe it fell on the floor, but I couldn't find it, so went and bought a new one. It's in there somewhere. It's in there for good now. All right, got the glove box popped back in there. That wasn't too bad. We got the screws in there, and this side should be done. We'll start her up and see what happens. All right, well, that side's done, I think. I don't know if that had as much as a gap in it as it does now. Might mess around with that later if it makes a bunch of rattling, but otherwise it's back in. We'll start her up and see what happens. The problem's been on that side, it's not always clicking, so probably won't really know it's fixed for a while. Her up. AC, turn that down. I don't hear a T25 rattling around in there. Glove box looks normal-ish from this side. I don't usually see it from that side, I guess, so yeah, no different. Hers is, seems alright. Whatever. She's getting to be an old car anyway. But I don't hear it clicking. That's good. Usually a good thing to do is turn the heat up and down, and the thing does its thing, and I don't hear anything. So and we got air coming out of here. AC back on. AC back down. And I don't hear any noise from over there, so that's good. Should we crack into this side? I'll check and see what time it is. Well, I think this side's basically the same, except there's a lot more stuff down here to deal with. All these buttons and stuff, you're gonna pop those off. You're gonna have to take out the plugs on everything. Trunk popper, dimmer, headlights. There's like a big thing down here with the hood popper. There's a big white plug under there. Some guy on one video took a picture and unplugged each little individual thing, which is ridiculous. You can just pop that whole thing off. Poor guy. And one guy just swung it all out of the way. That's what I'm gonna go for. I'll probably still have to unplug these. That's not a big deal. And you can just pop her out. Just got the screws in here again. Camera in the right place. Look at all the cat hair in here. Can you believe this? I need to get this detailed. Well, anyway, I guess I'll try it. Okay. Don't know if you can hear that, but that's blend door actuator, and that's quiet. It's quiet now, but I wish I could have got the other side really loud clicking, but I've let that one go so long. I just think it's just totally stripped out and just being really quiet. If you heard that, she's doing it again. I don't understand. The car's off. There's no reason to be blending doors. Who knows? And also, car repair is a blood sport, as you know. There's nothing under there to cut your finger on, but I somehow managed it. This side, we got the same strange white powder. Don't know what that's about. But we got two screws over here on this side again, but they're a little farther apart. Get those out and start prying on stuff. Fun. Well, geez, what do you know? The internet was wrong again. I watched a video where they said, if you have to change this on the driver's... Sorry, motorcycle. If you have to change this on the driver's side, God have mercy on your soul. This was far easier to get out than the passenger side. But I shouldn't talk too soon because I still have to try to put it back in. This top screw up here is behind this metal support. You can kind of bend it around to where you can get that screw in. So hopefully I can. See, this one's all loose like the last one on the other side. I know there's another one up in there somewhere. Maybe that's the bad one they're talking about. Oh yeah, there's one more up in there. It doesn't look too horrible to get to either. It's see where my flashlight's flashing right up there. So hopefully the one I just took out's the bad one. But if not, I'll order another one and we'll just change that one out too. Looks like the screws look just as quote unquote easy to get to as the rest of them. So we'll throw this one in and we'll see if we get still a clicky click. I knew I should have bought 3 of them. I thought there was 3 or 2 on the other side, but apparently there's 2 on this side. Must have misunderstood that, or the internet was wrong on that as well. So I'll grab the part, we'll slap her in there. It's still clicking under there, so it must be that one up higher. We'll fix that another day. I don't have the part, I'll have to order another one. And if it's not that, then I don't know, something else is broken down there. I just won't worry about it. If you're curious, here's what the inside of this thing looks like. This part here is completely broken. So it was just kind of sitting in there, probably stripping around on these, making a bunch of noise. That's garbage. Kind of a bummer that I didn't just buy 3 of these. Thought I would just get by with the 2, but of course not. 'Cause I guess I could swap the one I just put in there for the one higher. Like I said, I just let it go for 2 years, so it's possible the gears that actually go into are all stripped out and making noise just because I let it go so long.